Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Vera here as always and as usual. So it's another beautiful morning. It's a Tuesday morning, but Tuesdays are now the new Mondays in the southeast, especially here in Enugu and Anambra, Imo and Abia. I think Ebonyi is the only state that is not observing the sit at home from the last I heard. So I'm going to work and I'm going early today. So unlike the other day, I had few errands to run before going. So I'm thinking that would catch a lot of traffic activities on the way. So if you're a game for this kind of content like we talked about that day, you should better keep watching, subscribe to my channel, and so I just parked on the road to record this intro so I can turn this camera and you'll be part of the journey up until I get to work. All right, so without further ado, let's get to the turning and we'll just see on the way out. All right, bye. All right, let me turn back the road and see what's up. So currently I'm jamming to Sound City Radio, which is what I do a lot when I'm going to work. But for copyright reasons, I'm just going to mute the sound from the radio, okay? So they don't come for me and the music and all that. But basically I jam to Sound City Radio. Or yeah, I basically jam to that. Or most times, let me not lie, I would also listen to either political voices or urban parliament, just depending. But most times it's Sound City because they play songs. So guys, are you catching up with the activities out here? So basically I would also have to drop by the fueling station, gas station to, oh god, I told you guys about the bad roads in the last vlog, Abby. So now so we see ourselves for Enugu. Just, oh dear Lord, you pick your position. Station, I beg to get fuel before I continue. So I'm hoping that God's willing, not God's willing, I'm just hoping that this one will take me for the week. But most times it doesn't know, especially if I have a couple of errands to run after work. But if it's just to office and back, I'm hoping. Oh God. So currently, as of this morning, fuel sells for 190 naira per liter. For a long time it's been selling for 175. Do you get it? So I don't know what happened. It got to 185. From 185 we're at 190 right now. So as usual, currently I'm at Tricycle flyover. Alright guys, so basically this place where I'm currently at now is it's not a T junction, it's 4 junction actually. Like it's a roundabout, right? So cars are coming down from inside Tricycle and then others are coming in from Jerry and all that. So people are coming in from that place. So basically it creates a lot of traffic and chaos here. But due to the MOT guys, they try to regulate the free flow of traffic. So at this point, if they ask you to go, you go. So there's no traffic light here. So that it's a manual traffic control going on here. So if you notice, you'll see that there is much traffic today, unlike the other day, and that is why we are basically moving at this pace, okay? And of course, the keke are the owners of the road. I mean, the tricycle riders or the tricyclists. So because of how small and easy it is for them to maneuver and do a couple of crazy things on the road, they take advantage of it. So they disrupt traffic. They're just disruptors, that's just it. So they usually, you see what they're doing, they will literally overtake you from any angle without minding, because they feel like it is their right. And if you're not careful, like my dad would always say, you just say, Pico, avoid those people. You know why? Because they don't care. Like they basically do nothing. The guy could just bash you and just keep going. because he knows he do not most of them do not care about the aesthetics of their vehicle, that is their tricycle. And then a lot of people also say that the paints they use to spray their tricycles are not that expensive, so they can actually, so they don't mind, basically. That's just it. Let me not speak so much grammar. So you just avoid them, because sometimes there are a lot of pain in the bum. Do you get? You see how we are twerking on the road because of bad road bumps. They'll try to fill a place, they would overfill it, and the place is now looking like bumpy area. So I think the traffic has eased from this side. What's up with me? What have been for last week? Most of last week I was in severe pains. I was really in severe pains. I had whitlow, or upcoming whitlow. I call it upcoming whitlow because it didn't really mature, right? And for some reason I detected it early enough and started treatment. But regardless of that, it was really hurtful. So basically what happened, I had nails on, like artificial nails on, right? So I just started feeling pains as if I hit that nail on something, like a blunt trauma to the nail. So it was really uncomfortable. I eventually had to take the nail off. So after I took it off, the next day the pain was still there. I felt perhaps it was pressure from the nail, it was going to subside and all. So it didn't subside. The next morning I noticed that nail, which is actually my thumb finger, so rather I noticed that the finger was swelling up. I had to put it side by side with the one on my left hand, and I noticed that there's an obvious, difference in size. So I was worried, but then I was still like, okay, maybe to just go down. Then the crazy pain came. I couldn't even do anything. I had fever. The thumb, I had this throbbing effect there, as though there was a lot of pressure, something trying to escape. Then it started acting as though it's just like there's this force of gravity in it trying to pull me down from that side. So it was really a chaotic day. So that was last week Tuesday, actually. So by this time last week Tuesday, I was not coordinated. It was crazy for me. I was in so much pain. So then, just for some reason, whitlow crossed my mind. I was like, wait, I've heard how painful and crazy having whitlow can be. I hope this is not it, right? Then I spoke to a colleague at work, and she told me, hey, say, is it nail? Did you fix nail? If it's nail, it's going to be. She didn't even call it whitlow. She just said that it's nail, the nail that I fixed that caused it. And then she showed me her finger and how bad it got. Damn. That was the only motivation I needed. I saw that nail, and in my mind I said, God forbid my nail cannot come down to looking like this. Do you get? So immediately I called my doctor. Let me not even lie, it's not like he's my doctor. He's my friend that is a doctor. So he's not my doctor, right? So I called him and was like, it's like I'm having whitlow, I'm in pains. He said, what happened? He couldn't even hear me. I think he was in the theater or something. Okay, that I can't recall. Then I had to take a picture of my nail, the healthy one and the one that I'm suspecting whitlow from. I sent it to him on WhatsApp. I said, sir, take a look. Then he said, God, he was like, you don't have to wait. You need to go see your doctor. Then they should carry out pus removal, place you on antibiotics, do this. I was like, wait, first of all, you are the doctor that I'm seeing, right? I know I don't encourage telemedicine, but that's basically where the world we are in right now. So he said, okay, I've seen it. He asked me for the clinical presentations and all that, what I was experiencing, like the symptoms. I told him, said, okay, but then you have to go for pus removal, you have to place on antibiotics. I said, no, the pus removal thing sounded like surgery to me. I was scared. I said, sir, I cannot do this, so can we just start with the antibiotics first, and maybe it will help drain the finger and all that, right? He said, okay, cool, but make sure you start taking drugs as early as possible. I said, okay, I'm away from work, I'm gonna get it, because I was already at work. But believe you me, that day was, you see what keke people are causing? Traffic, keke, bus, those ones, they don't even look if you're coming, they just jump in and pass. So while I was battling the pain, because that day I almost did nothing at work. I was disoriented. Nothing made sense to me. I was in severe pain. I couldn't pull my hands down, because that thing that seemed like a force of gravity or whatever that was dragging me down was really painful. So I held my hand as though I had, what's it called? When you break your arm, they put splint or something and bandage across your neck and arm to support it. So that was how I held my hand that day. Then another colleague of mine noticed it, like, what's up, babe? You're not looking the usual you. I said, yeah, cause I'm in pain. I showed him my thumb. His scream was like, this must be Whitlow. Then he recommended putting my hand into lime. So what he said is, I get a lime, cut it open, right? Create like a circle that will fit that thumb. That will fit it, and then put my hand inside it. So it was me wearing a cap of lime on my thumb. So that's, according to him, that it's going to help dry the Whitlow from the outside while I take the drug, right? So because Whitlow, it's basically, I think it's an infection or something. So I should take the drug. The antibiotics will kill it from the inside, then the lime will take it from outside. I said, no problem. At that point, I was ready to do anything, although I was also being skeptical on the advices I was getting, right? Because having experience, I know that there are things that you do to just end up creating more harm than good for you. So I was really careful, but I agreed with the lime, because what's the worst thing lime can do? Is a natural thing, and it's a topical application. So meaning that I am applying it on top, not like I'm taking it into my system and all. So I said, no problem. On my way back home, I looked for lime. I bought lime, bought the antibiotics I was prescribed. And for no reason, I am somebody that do not like taking pills. Like, you have to remind me, but for this case, I was on point with my drugs. Nobody had to, remind me or tell me, go and take your drug, this and this. Then I got the lime as well, and I did it. And for real, it was really hurtful, because you see the pain I was undergoing, right? Then, and I have to choke that same painful thumb into something that basically applies more pressure to it. God, it was hell, but I endured. I wore it all through the night. Even while I slept, I had this thing on. I had the lime on. So we were just doing it that way. So, but in the morning, there was an improvement that day. That first night, I had the lime thing, because on my way to work, the pus were like pouring out. It was coming out. Not like pouring out, it wasn't that much, but it was just, you notice that it's coming out at intervals. So I just had to make a little bandage kind of thing or plaster around it, so it will soak it with gauze. Then when I got to work, it was soaked. I changed it. So at that point, it stopped. The pus thing stopped coming out, and I continued my drug. So, but the second day, I felt relief from the pain. Do you get? I felt relief from the pain. So the pain had reduced at that point, but the swelling was still there. But at the end of the day, it's all gone now. So basically, last week I battled Whitlow, and it wasn't a funny experience. Although a lot of people say that I'm very lucky and it didn't even go deep, that it targets bone, nails, and practically destroys your finger for you or disfigures your finger. But I'm not feeling that disfiguration. The pus are out. The only thing I'm bothered about now is that the part, I think, just like people are right, I detected it early and started treating it as early as possible. So the part where it started from, which is that area closer to my, I don't know how to describe this thing, guys, since I'm not showing my finger, but the part where it started from, where the pus was, the pus are out. So that place, it's created like a dry hole. So there's like now a barrier or a space between my nail, that is the nail, and then my finger, that is my flesh. So I can even put something in between, so that place is dry. So I don't know what I'm going to apply to initiate healing so that it goes back and attaches itself back to my flesh, because I need it to get back to my flesh so that I'm sure that I'm not losing the finger, or I don't want the case of the finger falls off, then I'll start hoping that another one grows back. I beg. It will defeat the whole aim of early detection, early treatment for me. So if you think there's anything I should do to initiate healing and reattachment of my nail to my finger, I would really appreciate. So as usual, we are at Okmara Avenue and I'm very much close to work, and perhaps this is almost where we'll call it a wrap for today. Thank you for coming on this trip with me, and for hearing my weekly story. It's crazy, isn't it? This is another place where you encounter traffic. But yeah, you guys have seen that we complain of traffic in Enugu, I know, and people tend to say, oh, you guys don't have traffic. I don't know if it's because I seldom start vlogging, traffic reduced. Because other days you literally be on the, especially if you're leaving very early, you be on the road for at least, you be standing 10-15 minutes, you move, you stop and all that. Although I'm not going to lie, the MOT guys are helping, especially from my side. There are people who come from other areas that have it worse. I'm talking about those along Abuani Road, that Mario bus stop. It's like trap, it's like hell. Do you get? I'm not even planning to drive through there. I for let me come from that side and show you guys, but maybe I'll just take permission that I'm not going to work that day and I'll go and show you guys what it is. But it's crazier over there. Do you get? But then, like I said, I don't know if it's because I said let me carry camera and show you guys what going on in Enugu, and traffic flew away and decided not to happen again, guys. So I'm here at work, and it's been a good thing riding with you guys. So like I said, I don't know if it's because I decided to film my waka around and the traffic reduced. I like it. If that's what it takes, let me film all day, right, or all week. But then I want to sign up with a gym here in the estate. I was told that there's a gym here, and for the longest time I've been trying to start working out, start going to the gym and all. But due to my busy schedules, I've not been able to do that. But since this is closed, I'll just drive out to their place, find out what their terms are, and know if I'll register with them. God's willing, I hope to register with them. And I'm also hoping to do the evening plan so that after work I'll go straight to the place and then head home. Basically, the reason for the workout is just for abs, nothing more. I just want to stay fit in the lower part. I'm not gaining weight. As a matter of fact, yesterday I pulled out a dress from 5 years ago. I used in Ashebi for my friend. That dress still fits. Seriously, I didn't even need to say, oh, let me take it to a tailor to mend it. I just wore it, zipped it up, and it was perfect. And it's a lovely dress. I wore it once, and it's just a lovely dress and a lovely material, Ankara to be precise. So I think I'll start wearing it again. So yeah, I'm not adding weight, and I'm not sure I'm looking for weight actually. So but if I'm going to the gym, if the gym is going to assure me of extra hips, like wider hips, and maybe a touch of bum, no problem, I'll do that. But basically my intention is just abs, man. Abs. I need to wear crop tops. That's all. I'm sure it's not too much for a baby girl to ask for, right? No, it's not. And so thank you for joining me on today's Waka Waka. If you enjoyed this vlog, let me know in the comment section. And if you have cure for my detaching finger, this is the finger that did that thing to me, please let me know in the comment section as well. And I'll see you guys in my next episode. Bye.